ranchers just gave awful Pelosi brutal justice for what she said. Holy, you know. Nancy Pelosi, who represents a very wealthy community in Northern California and rarely leaves Washington, D.C., has very little idea of what's actually going on around our country's southern border with Mexico. Instead of trying to take a look for herself and finding out, Pelosi decided to put her foot in her mouth by saying about Trump's proposed border wall. The wall is, in my view, immoral, expensive, unwise. Democrats do not support the wall. Then she added, completely incorrectly, and I think the Republicans in the border state do not support the wall. Thankfully, some people who know the situation far better than she does stepped in to give her a harsh dose of reality. Pelosi went so far as to taunt Trump, saying, "The president, I think, talking about this wall is expressing a sign of weakness." This prompted two ranchers who operate near Arizona's Mexican border to appear on Fox and Friends and correct Representative Pelosi once and for all. Stated rancher Fred Davis, "All of the communities I know about, all of the cities along the border already have high fences," and added that people support building fences in other areas that only have barbed wire. Rancher John Ladd, whose San Jose ranch is right on the actual border, stated that in the 30 years his ranch has been in business, Border Control has caught 500,000 illegals on his land. Ladd personally invited Pelosi to come out and see why building the wall would be effective. He said, "Come see why your $2 million a mile fence is trash." Seconded Davis, "We will send a plane for you. You can stay at our house. It's an invite. It's sincere. Come look at it." Let's take a listen.
So building a wall is a sign of weakness. Joining us right now to discuss are Arizona ranchers John Ladd and Fred Davis. They're from that community that she was just talking about. Fred, good morning to you. Do you agree with Nancy Pelosi that the border wall is immoral, expensive, and unwise?
Absolutely not. You know, she talks about splitting the community up. All the communities that I know about, all of the cities along the border already have high fences. Where the wall is necessary is in a lot of the outlying areas that still only have a 4-wire barbed wire fence between Mexico and us.
Sure, and you both would like to see a fence, a wall, something to slow people down. John, how much of a reduction have you seen since Donald Trump has been President of the United States?
Well, it's 90%, 95%. We have a wall existing on our ranch since 2006, and they're replacing it now with an 18-foot Ballard fence, steel tubing, concrete, and with that activity, it's almost non-existent to see an illegal anymore.
Wow. John, didn't you invite Nancy Pelosi down to your neck of the woods?
Yeah, Fred and I both did, and she didn't show up.
Did she give a reason why?
Well, she never responded.
Yeah. Fred, any idea how many illegals have gone across your property through the years?
None. John has a pretty accurate count of what the Border Patrol caught on his ranch.
All right, John.
Well, in 30 years, Border Patrol's caught 500,000 people on our ranch.
500,000 people.
Yes, sir.
Unbelievable. Fred, for the folks watching right now, why do you need a structure between Mexico and the United States?
Well, you've got the cartels coming across, bringing drugs, guns. They're a dangerous bunch of people, and there's a lot of the border that doesn't even have vehicle access. itself is just a tool in the kit, but you've got to put boots on the ground to go with it to make it effective.
Absolutely.
And that's been part of the problem on what places they have a wall now.
Well, President Trump says he is going to build a wall. He might not get the money at the end of this week, but he says by September or October, it's coming. John Ladd and Fred Davis, ranchers out there in Arizona. Guys, thank you very much for joining us.
Are you glad these ranchers called Pelosi out on her lie? I guess yes we are. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.